Hello, my name is Cassia Nebel. I will be demonstrating my final projects for a computer science class. The first project is a voting app where users will be required to put in a voter ID and select their candidate to submit their vote. And the second project is an expense tracker where users can put in their expenses and view them in the expenses spreadsheet. First, we'll take a look at the voting app. If you first put in an ID and choose a candidate, you will get a confirmation that your vote has been counted. If you put in an ID that has already voted and try to vote again, the voter ID 1111 has already voted alert will display. If you don't have a voter ID, you will get an error to enter a valid voter ID. And you also can't use letters. If you do put in a valid ID and forget to select your candidate, it will give you an error to select a candidate. And then you can vote. You can then view the results. This was an added feature after the progress feedback. And when you view the results, the leading candidate will be displayed in green. And if they are tied, neither one will be in green. They'll both be in white. I think that's it for the voting app. For the expense tracker, you can add amounts here and select category. The date will be automatically set to today, but you could always change that. And your new expense will be displayed over here in the expenses for that current month. You can filter the expenses you're viewing based on the category that they are. And also by the month. If you forget to add an amount when you're going to submit an expense, you will get an error message that the amount must be numeric. That's also because letters will not work. If you forget a description, you'll also be prompted to add a description. And I believe that's all for the expense tracker. As for the new concepts learned in the voting app, I needed to figure out a way to have two different views, this voting screen and then also the results screen. And in Qt Designer, you use a stacked widget for that. As for the expense tracker, I learned how to use the drop-down menus and how to watch for changes on those so that the filtering would be automatic. And also how to use this table widget to display data from the CSV file. Challenges along the way when I was creating the expense tracker in Qt Designer, I added the widgets in a random order and rearranged them a bunch. And so the tabbing order was not correct like it is now. And I learned that you can, in fact, reorder the tab order without having to recreate your widgets in the order that you want them to tab through. A solidified concept after both of these projects was definitely the try and accept blocks for validating data input and error handling. And I believe that is all for my demo, and I thank you for watching.